Eala advances in Dubai after Baptiste's withdrawal. Alexandra Eala has made it to the second round of the WTA 1000 in Dubai after defeating Hailey Baptiste in her debut. The Filipina had won the first set 6-4, and after the first game of the second set concluded, Baptiste decided to retire due to physical issues. In the next round, she will face off against the Italian Jasmine Paolini, the 6th seed. Results of today's WTA 1000 Dubai. Noskova D. Lee and 6-3, 5-7, 6-4. Tien D. Yastremska, 6-4, 6-1. Stearns D. Freck 6-4, 6-2. Birrell D. Tatiana Maria 6-4, 3-6, 7-5. Mertens D. Buskova 6-2, 6-2. Krejcikova D. Pavlyuchenkova 6-4, 6-4. Leylah Fernandez D. Samsonova 5-7, 7-5, 6-3. Seidel D. Buxa 6-1, 6-4. Schneider D. Joint 6-4, 6-1. Lynette D. Sunday, April 6th, 6-4, 6-1. This news is an automatic translation. You can read the original news. Eala avanza en Dubai tras la retirada de Baptiste. Unfinished battles and new beginnings. Eala's Dubai Chronicle. On a radiant evening in Dubai, under the gleam of floodlights and the murmur of an expectant crowd, Alexandra Eala stood with her racket poised and her heart pounding, not just from the rhythm of competition but from the resonance of opportunity. This wasn't merely another match, it was the opening chapter of her journey at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, one of the most prestigious WTA 1000 events of the season. Eala, the 20-year-old Filipino prodigy, had already carved her name into the elite ranks of the Women's Tennis Association, rising to a career-best world number 40, a feat that sparked pride not only in her homeland but among tennis fans worldwide. And now, on the hard courts of Dubai, she braced for a collision with destiny in the form of Hailey Baptiste, a fierce opponent whose gritty baseline play and tenacity had made her a formidable presence on tour. The match that wasn't, but still was. The encounter began with all the promise of a classic duel. Eala showcased her crisp footwork, her lefty forehands slicing through the court's hum, while Baptiste countered with her own explosive ground strokes. The opening set was a tug of war, with momentum swinging between them. But Eala, calm under pressure, broke through and closed the set 6-4. Then came the moment that turned expectation into unpredictability. As the second set commenced, Baptiste winced, clutching an abdominal issue that would see her pull back from the battle. With all courage in her heart but strength slipping away, she retired from the match, a sudden and sobering twist that granted Eala passage to the round of 32. For purists of the sport, it was not the full-length thriller they had anticipated. For Eala, it was a complex blend of joy and empathy. She had earned her progression. The statistics showed her dominance at the crucial moments and her readiness to take on the next challenge, but the abrupt conclusion brought a bittersweet tinge. After all, sport is not just about advancing. It's about the shared struggle on court, the grind and grit narratives that define champions. A warrior's heart meets compassion. In the immediate aftermath, Eala's reaction revealed something deeper than pure competitive satisfaction. Instead of sprinting toward celebration, she walked toward Baptiste's team, offered a sincere embrace, and extended heartfelt good wishes for her opponent's recovery. That moment, a quiet, human one, reflected the essence of true sportsmanship. Eala wasn't just a contender on tour, she was a representative of kindness in an arena that often broadcasts power and intensity above all else. The applause from the stands wasn't just for the win, it was for the spirit. She had won, yes, but she had cared too. Through the looking glass of competition. Yet advancing in a major tournament, especially at the WTA 1000 level, carries its own electricity. Eala now faced one of the tour's elite in the next round, Jasmine Paolini, the number 6 seed and a top 10 player whose polished baseline game would test every edge in Eala's evolving skill set. In Dubai, where the desert heat melds with luxury hotels and global superstars, every match is a narrative of ambition. For Eala, this was both a literal and symbolic crossroads. The court might bear fresh lines and bright colors, but the internal arena, where confidence, strategy, and emotion collide, was where her fiercest contest truly awaited. In her mind, perhaps she replayed the points of her match: the serve that slipped just wide, the forehand that clipped the line for a crucial break, the momentary doubt before a timely rally. Doubt is a natural companion for athletes at this echelon. How one learns from it defines future breakthroughs. Beyond the baseline, the weight of triumph. Eala's path to this tournament was not without its lessons. Earlier in the Middle East swing, she reached the quarterfinals at the Abu Dhabi Open, a testament to her burgeoning consistency at high levels of play. Despite a setback in Doha, a first-round exit that might have unhinged lesser spirits, she arrived in Dubai with focus intact. That alone reflects an athlete maturing not just in technique but in resilience. Now, entering a second round full of possibility, she carried more than a match win. She bore momentum, confidence, and the quiet belief that her story is still unfolding. Every rally, every break point, every exchange with her opponent would contribute to the tapestry of her career. Dubai, a stage of dreams and daredevils. The tennis world watches as clay courts yield to grass and hard courts stretch their narratives across continents. The sun over Dubai ignites dreams with the same intensity it bakes the pavement outside the Aviation Club Tennis Center. Here, tennis isn't just a sport, it's a spectacle, a proving ground for rising stars and seasoned champions alike. For Eala, this was still the early chapter of her Dubai story, a chapter shaped not solely by victory on paper, but by the emotional intelligence she exhibited in the face of complication. The next opponent would be tougher, the spotlight brighter, and the expectations ever higher. But each athlete carries their own compass. Some navigate by adrenaline, some by calculation, but the ones who become legends blend the two while keeping their humanity front and center. Eala, by her gesture toward a struggling competitor and her readiness to step into the next challenge, exemplified this approach. What comes after? A match, a moment, a movement. In sport, as in life, advancement doesn't always come in the clean arcs we hope for. Sometimes it arrives through adversity, not just of our own making, but from the unpredictable flux of competition. For Eala, advancement in Dubai arrived unexpectedly, uncomfortably, and with an invitation to reflect on the deeper values of the game she loves. As the tournament progresses, as she prepares for her encounter with Paolini, she carries not just a scoreline but a narrative of empathy and strength. Such moments, seemingly inconsequential to outsiders, shape the psyche of champions. They teach resilience not just of body, but of character. And in the larger canvas of her career, still young, still full of unwritten chapters, this match in Dubai, with its sudden twists and heartfelt exchanges, might be remembered not for its score but for its soul.